Hello. Today we're going to take a look at Karen's Sites from the YouTube channel The Happy Wife School. She started the channel about a year ago, and she said she started it to help women. If women watched her channel, they would learn how to be happy within themselves, which would make them happy within their marriage to good men because men are good. So she's, of course, only talking about good men, not abusers, but to her, anyone else is a good man. So now let's take a look at her video entitled, Is Feminism Responsible for the Modern Woman?
It is a very, very deep belief system that is embedded deep into our psyche as women, that we feel entitled to do what we want, when we want, and to not have anyone or anything telling us what to do.
Got that, ladies? Rooted very, very deep within our psyche. Even though in most of our mothers' days, they were entitled to nothing. They couldn't have credit of their own to rent an apartment or buy a home. They couldn't get jobs beyond teachers or nurses or traditional women's work. They were basically handed from their fathers to their husbands, considered old maids at 25. But yeah, rooted deep into our psyches.
In the face of someone, our husbands or anyone else in our life, telling us what we should be doing, what we need to do, that we do have responsibilities. It is so deeply embedded in us that we should be able to do what we want when we want, and the selfishness that we have. It is very, very difficult for us to break out of that entitlement.
Yeah, that responsibility is a tough thing indeed. I mean, it's not like women traditionally now also have to have a job as well as take care of the kids, keep track of the kids, childcare, school, after school activities, take care of everybody when they're sick, take care of their parents when their parents are sick, take care of their in laws when their in laws are sick. Women, be more responsible.
And I know some people listening will say this is a product of feminism. I believe that it has become this entitlement, and our deep belief that we can do what we want has become heightened and more prevalent and pervasive in us as women because of feminism, that it's enabled that in us.
So, if women wanting to go to school, to have a job, have their own money, be able to move out on their own if they want and haven't gotten married yet or may not want to get married, makes them entitled. Does that mean men have been entitled all this time?
But my belief and what I see and what I talk about and how we are as women isn't a product of us as modern women or feminism. That this goes back thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And I've talked about this before. We can see it in all kinds of texts throughout the whole world of the things that I talk about. And one of my favorites to quote is Solomon, that he would rather sleep on the pitch of a roof than in a room with a quarreling woman. That's one example. I've also got the Iliad up on in the background on a shelf behind me. And in the beginning of the Iliad, there's a conversation between Zeus and the female goddesses. And Zeus is so frustrated and so enraged that he gets constantly undermined by the female goddesses and his wife.
Oh my God, I just can't with this lady half the time. And this is why I wanted to share this one. So she's using a story from a famous work of fiction for most of us, Solomon, and she's using gods and goddesses because, yeah, they were real people, right? I mean, no way, that's just a story for men to show women how they should stay in their place. But even if you think they're real, you're still not gonna let goddesses have the same status of gods. They have to take second place. I mean, it's just crazy.
And that they're constantly going behind his back and doing what they want and and behaving in all these woman ways that I talk about. And that was written by Homer. I'm not going to go for the date. I forget the dates, but I know it's somewhere like I want to say like 800 or 900 BC, somewhere in there.
And this is exactly what she does for everything. I mean, going behind his back, like, if you're gonna take these stories of gods as real, as biographies or whatever, male gods were going behind each other's backs worse, and there were more of them, and they were pulling all kinds of tricks. But it's the 1 or 2 examples of the women that she's gonna use to show that women are bad, but men are good men. She gets pretty ridiculous.
So those examples from history
Oh my god. Again, it's not history. Those are works of fiction. That's not history.
showing this is our women ways and doing what we want when we want, and our stubbornness and need for control and emasculation of men has been happening thousands and thousands of years. And so it that's why I believe it is so deeply embedded just in our psyche as women.
And if you think that this history genius can help solve your marital problems, you're in luck. She has classes for that. Let's go ahead and take a look at these prices. And here you go. For the low price of $2,000, you can have this total expert help you out with a 10-week course where you get modules emailed to you, one a week. You get a pre and post assessment directly with her, and then 3 months of ongoing support. However, if you'd like the gold package, $6,500, you get those same 10 weekly modules, but you also get a weekly one-on-one call with her during those 10 weeks. And then lifelong monthly graduate calls for ongoing support. Seems worth it, right? For somebody that thinks the gods are real. Well, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed learning about Karen, and I'm sure we'll be seeing more of her soon.